Listen, Germany, Gosens, we were saying this weekend, Gosens up to value another like $15 million the way he played.
Okay, and I fought you guys on this, right? Because, again, if you guys think I'm a Spinazzola fanboy, you guys know if you listen to the show, you know I'm a bigger Gosens fanboy. So I don't think he's done anything on this tournament that he hasn't done for the last 2 years. So it's an insult to him to say he's raised his money. It just means people are paying attention now.
We know that. Other people don't follow Atalanta like we do, right?
Yeah, of course you do. If you're these other teams buying people, you're talking about the top division in Italy. You're not talking about City.
Atalanta wants 35 million.
I think they're getting 50.
No,
I think so.
Now Barcelona just came in too for him.
They have no money. They're not anyway.
I don't know. So answer my question. What has Gosens done in this tournament to raise his over what he showed you over the last 2 years? But he's been the best left.
Nothing. This is just a higher profile thing. So
hey, did you see Ronaldo was criticized for the no look pass? You know.
Hey, Pon says he watches us because he doesn't follow.
I don't respect
Pon says he watches us because he doesn't watch Atalanta. I recommend watching Atalanta. They're way more entertaining.
Pon's an Inter fan. He's all happy that Çalhanoğlu is coming to their team. All right, so we'll get to that.
He's an Inter fan. It's true.
One other England rumor, I don't know if you guys saw that, was Man City actually made an offer for Harry Kane, 140 million, and then a choice of like 3 players.
140 plus the players?
Yeah. It was like Sterling and 2 other guys, but I don't know. They keep saying they're going to decline everything because they want to keep him. I don't think they're going to be able to.
It's a good offer. It's a big offer.
And could you say no to that offer? Like if I'm Tottenham, I'm moving him for 100.
I mean, Tottenham has a ton of money though, right? They don't really need money, but yeah,
they don't have money. There are always budget issues in there.
The whole Premier League has money.
They have money. You don't say they don't have money.
They don't want to spend it though.
That's a different story.
I don't understand.
Yeah, even Pon says you can't say no to that offer.
Atalanta wants the mirror, right? Why Juventus doesn't try to make the exchange with Gosens?
Well, that's what I said. That's what I said. If they really want, because my thinking is they're going to sell Romero, right? Atalanta, and they want Demiral. Give him Demiral plus cash for Gosens if they'll do that deal. But I don't think. I mean, a lot of things have to happen the way the newspapers say, and we don't know if that's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know the other things about the market? Juventus for Vlahovic, Fiorentina.
Yeah.
You know they put Perin, El Rugani, and Mani.
Oh yeah, take our crap. Although Perin is good.
Wait,
Perin is good.
Perin, Rugani, and who? For what?
Want to keep
Money.
That's a second.
Who's the player?
No, it was money.
No, it wasn't money. It was
for what player? For
Fiorentina. What player did he say?
Ouch! She said the phone.
Vlahovic.
Oh,
get the hell out of here!
Yeah. If the money's $55 million, you can also have Rugani.
And then maybe they put another 30 million.
Dude, you're telling me? First of all, let's be honest. We're Juventus fans. Rugani is not worth more than $5 million in the market. Let's be real.
Less than that.
Perin's a goalie who's good, but if
they have Dragowski, so they don't need him.
Yeah, if you have Dragowski and you're thinking about selling him for $10 million, how much are you going to value Perin? Like
that's such an asinine proposal.
It doesn't make any sense. That's why these rumors are stupid. Like at least.
So other rumors that we have with Juventus, they're saying that they actually put in an offer for Locatelli, which is $30 million plus Dragusin. But that's getting quickly rejected. I mean, you're going to need more than that to get him. What do you guys feel with that initial offer?
No, they do 30 million. Dragusin is some other young guy.
To me, it depends on who that other guy is, right? Like, is it someone of any?
Fagioli, they were saying. Yeah.
No, Fagioli wants to keep it. Allegri wants to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you got to give to get, right? So either you give them money, you give them players.
I think they have to pump the money up. That's the only way.
The problem is too. Let's face it. No one on Juventus's current roster, unless it's really young guy like Dragusin, is going to be able to be afforded from a weekly wage bill on Sassuolo.
Yeah.
Like they don't want any of your players. They make too much money.
No, like you can't even say give him Bernadeschi because
No,
he
you
makes
would-
way too much money. So
He probably makes more than 10 of their guys put together.
yeah. Other one, I don't know. I mean, I mentioned before, but Chananoglu all of a sudden Inter made an offer, and it seems like a done deal that he's going from Milan to Inter.
Oh, he's going to get the 5 million a year.
I think it's such a bad move for
1
Inter.
million bonus.
They
Yeah,
can have him.
It's such a bad move. They're going to regret that in probably 18 months. They're going to want to
No,
try to
let
get
me
him.
tell
5
you.
million's not too much.
Let me
That's not
tell you.
crazy.
About that, you see, they lost Eriksen.
I wouldn't pay it, but
Eriksen, I think Gianluca can play with that.
Like,
Within South, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
I'm not a huge Chanalogu fan, but people like him. We got a very hard hitting comment from the that we just can't pass up sharing from the chat, a Rugani Blows comment. So we'll make sure we share that for people who can't see the chat.
Saka is a stranger, old coaches. For example, Sarri went to Lazio. You know who's the player that they want to get rid of? Correa.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
He would be perfect for Sarri.
He'd be perfect for Sarri.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No, he wants to play with 3 forward. But is the old one with some fantasy, something.
Yeah, I mean, where are you going to get out of all the people on that team? Correa can be like Insigne or Hamsik that you had at Monopoly. Who else is going to do that?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense.
He can use as Insigne.
Yeah.
So, some other transfer. Rodrigo De Paul finally left Udinese, 35 million to Atleti. We said he was going to go to a big team, Atletico Madrid.
Is there a clause in there to get money over time if they resell him? 35 is not a bad deal. It's not.
I thought it was a decent amount. I mean, I thought that was a pretty fair deal.
I guess. How old is he, Dan? How old is the?
He's in late 20s. I don't know.
Nah,
mid 20s.
Yeah, something like that. But that's a good. If he keeps his head on right, like that's a really good.
Yeah, I think that's a good move for Atletico. I'm
on that team, they're a good team, so he's going to fit right in and play and help.
Do you guys have any other transfers that you heard about? Because there's one other topic I want to talk about.
I mean, I don't know much about the kid, but apparently Atalanta is high on this Botman guy, this center back. I forget. I don't even know what team is for, but that's just the rumor out there.
If Atalanta wants him, he'll be good.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. All right, so that's transfers. The last thing I want to talk about was the Gattuso fiasco at Fiorentina. I don't even know, Frank, you heard about this.
A disgrace. It was the fact that
he was there for 23 days, and they parted ways because of transfer strategy issues. They did not agree on the transfer. My question is, if you're in an interview with somebody, how would both sides not say, hey, what do you guys feel about what direction we're going to go in the transfer market? How does that not come up?
I'm 100% with you, Dan. This is the thing that made no sense to me and why I think sometimes the people that run Italian soccer teams run it like so amateurish because you have an open spot. You have a person you have in mind, even if Gattuso is your guy. You bring him in. You don't spend a day and a half, 2 days together saying, okay, show me your vision. Who do you like on our roster? Who don't you like? Who do you think you need? Like, are we talking?
Because we say in Italy we are a 52 million coach. So not two persons that have the same idea.
Right. Even more reason to ask and have that conversation before you hire your coach. Like, you're running the team. You have to make sure the guy who's come in the same vision. Okay, who do you like on my roster? Who don't you like? Who would you get rid of? Who do you need to buy? Because I want to make sure I have the money. I'm thinking the same way, right? Like, what you don't hire the guy and then fire him 3 weeks later.
Well, what's our budget? What's the 5-year plan? What are we doing here?
Budget for the players, but not only players, like his staff too. Like, hey, can I hire this dude? Like, you know, like, I don't know. They should be talking about stuff like this.
And if you remember, they hired him so quickly. So they obviously didn't do a very extensive interview.
The next day, right?
Yeah.
Did they literally?
He was hired so quickly because so many teams wanted Gattuso, so they jumped on him.
So that I don't understand. Like, to me, it makes no sense, and I blame the team and Gattuso because you're interviewing. You have to make sure the thing's good for you too, right? As a candidate. That's one thing we hate Conte, right? Because he comes in with this list of crap that he wants, and then you give it to him, and then he gives you another list, right?
He goes, "You have an idea,"
but at least he has an idea. Like, what did Gattuso go? Sure, I just want to work, give me a job, and then we'll talk about it later.
So not only did he lose that, but he was also up for the Tottenham job, and I think he's lost that as well.
Well,
Yeah,
so he was like the leader for that, but then like apparently like the Twitter went crazy for the fans,
Yeah,
and
they
they
were
put
saying some racist stuff or something.
Oh yeah,
hashtag
that I didn't
no
know about though, right? I guess on
But you
some,
have to understand one thing, Frank. A lot of coach, a lot of people, they don't have many offer. So the first one offer, yeah.
But Gattuso had tons of offers.
But
though.
Gattuso, you would have thought.
But, no, you see Pirlo, he refused to want to team.
Pirlo sucks. He shouldn't even get
Yeah,
another
but
job.
maybe no, it's limit. He refused.
Does he have a right
Go
to
to
refuse
Sampdoria or
He
so.
should-
What I
yeah,
do,
he has.
you know.
Pirlo needs to go to Serie C for a couple years and then maybe come back. But Gattuso, like, okay, so I blame his agent too. So there's another person to blame because if he's going to get fired, he's getting fired from Napoli, right? His agent should be having conversations with these teams, right, and saying, okay, as soon as he's free, what vision do you have? Why do you want Gattuso?
Yeah.
No, because he knows there's going to be 7 openings. Don't make him sign the first one and let him interview with the other teams then.
So keeping with Fiorentina, there is also like Italiano just signed that contract extension in Spezia, but apparently Fiorentina now is going to meet the clause in the contract and steal him. So that's
Listen, I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, the musical chairs and the coaching is ridiculous.
It's a little crazy.
But the
But
one
that's a good
guy
move.
you got rid of Gattuso and you replace him with Italiano, I'm happy with that. You know, that's the one person I'd be like, okay, fine. You know,
Yeah.
give that guy a chance. The rest of the names out there, it's like, who wants any of these guys?
No,
Everyone's
yeah.
got a job.
Everybody wants, it's a mission. You think Italiano is going to do great things for him?
You
We
hope
don't
so.
know.
You hope
We don't
he
know.
does. You can only do a big for what you've seen from him. He did
He
great.
did
with
just what he was making, 500,000,
Yeah.
a day. Now Fiorentina offer 1.5 million or something like that. I say yes.
Oh yeah, listen, there's an element of going up for sure and having bigger teams, but also you don't know until these guys get in the spot and they either do well or they don't do good.
Yeah.
I'd
Pond
rather
asked
have
in the chat how much was the release clause for Italiano. I don't know, but they didn't say. That's all I read was they were going to meet the clause and hopefully bring him over
Also,
to
I
the
don't
team.
believe in that. Release clause for players is bad enough. You're gonna have a release clause for your coach, so
For
it's
sure.
like saying,
Yes.
I'll come here, but I get to leave if someone offers me more money.
100%.
I'm a coach. I'm a team. I say, listen, you want to coach here? You don't want to
But
coach
you
here.
also
Especially-
don't want someone who doesn't want to be there.
Listen, there's stepping stones.
Exactly.
It's just like players. There's stepping stones for coaches too. You
Yeah, but
want to
look
be
what
the best
happened.
of the best eventually.
But look what happened. Like they came in, they met the clause, and it was like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but they gave it to him.
But he could
Yeah,
also
that's what I mean.
reject too. If he didn't want that job, you can say, fine, you met the clause, but I don't want to go there. He can reject it.
Yeah,
He doesn't have
Yeah.
to accept.
I think. he
But if
wants
you're
to go.
negotiating one in, that means you want to leave. It's like the players to negotiate the free
No, you're
agency.
giving yourself options and outs. And
Yeah.
it's all about
Yeah, that's
that.
exactly what it is. You're
Yeah,
giving
so-
yourself outs, right? Like the players are like, oh,
Yeah.
I want an opt out after 2 years if I don't like it
Okay,
here.
I mean, listen, that's good negotiating. He has a good agent. I'm not blaming him for that. So
No, I'm not blaming them. I don't think these teams are run that smart sometimes.
Sticking with coaches, I mentioned it to you guys the other day, but now I'm blanking on the team. Ranieri was rumored to go somewhere. Do you guys remember what team that was that I sent
Oh
you?
yeah, where
Ranieri, I think one French team. The one.
No, it was an Italian team.
No.
I forget. I don't know, but he was in the rumor.
is it John Francesco or Gianpaolo's rumored for Samp? I forget which. I can't keep track of all the coaches. Gianpaolo's rumored for a Samp, which he's done awful. Yeah, it's so much to keep track of. Honestly, it's very confusing.
The whole coaching carousel is crazy, especially when they get rid of a coach and then bring him back 6 months later. Like it just makes no
it's 'cause
sense.
They're still on the payroll, so they figure, hey.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, all right, come back. We don't like the guy that came after you worse. So
I kind of don't blame them.
Pon said you're acting like you're going to be at the team for the rest of your life. For the rest of the life, that's the idea. We want somebody there for 30 years. We want them to be part of your life. And
no, I'm
your
not
team
saying
and
that, but
history.
I think it shows their true colors when they're like, sure, I'll become your coach, but give me an option to get out of here as soon as I want. Like
I don't blame them. The team didn't have to do it. That's their fault.
They didn't have to do that, but as a smaller team, you're probably like, okay, I'll give you this to get you to come here, right?
You have to.
If you were Juventus or Milan, would you give that clause?
They don't have to give
No
that
one would
clause.
ask
That's
for it.
right.
So
They
they're
don't
in a
have to.
totally different position. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. Messi has a release clause. Exactly. Everyone in
that's-
Spain has a release
every-
clause.
Yeah,
But still, they set that number. If they put it too low, somebody can jump in on it.
But you
And
know
then
what?
Messi still has the chance to say, I don't
You know
want
what?
to go.
Take for example, Juventus, Allegri, right? At least Allegri, an old player. Some coach, they go to some place. Do they know the player, or they think they're going to change them and say, "Oh, do what play the way I want." To
Well,
all
that's
of
my
them.
point. That's my point. Like when you go into these interviews, you would think the coach would go in with a ton of education on the team,
Question
right?
mark.
They would go in and go, okay, I did a ton of research, right? I watched every game from last year. I know your roster. Like, where you just show up and go, hey, want to have some coffee? Cool. What money you want to, like, what do they
How about
do?
you?
They split an espresso and sign the deal? Like, I don't understand.
Mhm.
Based on the type of cookies they serve. Like, what do they do?
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to mention Gattuso because he had a crazy
Yeah,
month.
but Gattuso got the screw in with Tottenham.
You said
Yeah,
that.
because they were all the race things that they were saying.
No,
from the
because they
past.
say he in the past he say some homophobic
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
or discriminate things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
defense
if
they
he's-
didn't want it.
And if he said that stuff, it's gonna chase him around forever at this point.
Listen, he's not the first one. He's not the last one. They'll get screwed with that kind of stuff. You gotta
No,
watch. You gotta
those
watch what you say.
particular fans.
Yeah, if it's offensive,
some
it's
other
gonna be-
town, they
yeah.
don't give a shit to what he says.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
some
they
towns are.
They suspended that guy. What team was it? One game in the Euros for.
Some
Yeah.
people say, I agree with you.
Yeah, one player. What he said against North Macedonia, he got suspended because he said something stupid and racist.
Yeah, you can't do that stuff anymore. It's just like, not that you ever should have done it anyway, but now with the internet and everything being recorded,
Hey, who
forget
watched
about
the
it.
game today. Belgium, who watched today?
No,
I
I
didn't
was
see it. I was
watching.
watching the
I
other
was
game.
watching the other game.
No, because there was just a right to win. He was good. Dog.
He's young. He's like
He's
19.
young.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes he was, a fight with the ball.
One more before we wrap up. One more transfer, Chris. I know you said Sassuolo is moving Marlon probably with his coach Shakhtar.
Mhm.
Marlon
Right.
Wayans.
Marlon, the central defender on Sassuolo, is going to re-up with his coach in Shakhtar. Apparently,
I mean, who knows what's going to happen in Sassuolo because if Locatelli leaves.
Oh,
and
by the way,
Berardi leaves,
you know Milan wants Barak.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So
So if they sell the defender they sold, Locatelli they sold, Barak, who they play?
Oh
with?
yeah, they're in trouble, and their coach left.
yeah.